Welcome back, everyone, to the Back 9 coverage of Round 1 of the 2021 Open at Belton, presented by Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here yet again by Kona Panis.
What's up, everyone? Excited to do this Back 9 with the ladies. We have a few more wooded holes. Excited to see us lay some lines.
Yeah, and it's been a tough course to score on. We've been noticing a lot of these holes require some flawless shots off the tee to get the birdie, and the wind has been making it a little bit challenging to throw those perfect shots. 3 players in our card at +1. Catrina Allen with a very, I guess you could say, bland, even par. Not doing anything too crazy, but as you can see, a lot of players are in the same boat. And we move into hole number 10, par 4, 689 foot. What do you think about this one, Kona?
Yeah, OB left and right. Off the tee, we kind of had this right to left wind, so if anything, we're trying to stay right side, aim at the right side, and just end center fairway, and then have that hyzer to the basket.
And that was ripped out of Catrina's hand. That was a beautiful golf shot. Center cut.
Yeah, perfect placement.
And that looked a little better out of Hailey's hand, but whatever she's throwing is just kind of flipping a lot more than you'd think.
Yeah, and I think just like the flight plate got exposed and the wind just like dropped it straight down, turned.
Yes. See here that you were trying to definitely jam one through that headwind. Or maybe you say a little crosswind that you had out there?
Yeah, a little crosswind.
And you will be safe, as will Valerie after this drive. And you see where your drives are. Let's take a look at the form here for Catrina. Look at how balanced she is. She does a little pump, but as you can see, that disc never goes past her back foot. Her spine never bends over. Beautiful golf shot from Catrina.
Yeah, one of the most unique forms in our game.
Yeah, very distinct. You would know from a silhouette whose form it is, and yet the timing is just so flawless. That shot is in circle 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were all just trying to play the wind with that right to left. We were just trying to put it out pretty far right, knowing that our discs are going to skip or, fade off left to the basket.
Yeah, you see a lot of that hard-packed dirt by the basket. You have to make sure you're picking your landing zone. And it looks like you did exactly that. You are on the edge of circle 1. It's finally Catrina's turn.
I know, bomb.
Absolute bomb.
And this was a surprising reaction.
Yeah.
I didn't expect her to kind of go straight at the basket like that. I kind of was expecting more of the outright. Ooh, Hailey, I thought she
Super
cashed.
close. And that spin putt is a new skill for her that she's been working on, to cash some of these longer putts or maybe fight the wind.
Tickle.
Oh my gosh.
Just a tickle.
Almost a beautiful putt from Catrina. Another spin putt that we don't see too often. Our players are all over the basket from circle 2. And let's see if Kona can take one on this card. 33 feet. Yes!
So I actually saw the camera guy behind the basket, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if you cash this right now, it's going to be such a sick video.
And Hailey gets big putted there and misses the comebacker. A tough miss for Hailey. That's going to be another, I believe that's a 6 from Hailey.
Yep. She's not stoked.
And Hailey being one of the better putters on tour. A player that I've noticed is very fueled by momentum. And when she has that fire, we've seen some of the best golf FPOs potentially ever seen come out of her.
Yep. Yeah, it's just getting her motivated and, getting, like you said, getting that fire under her to get her pushing.
And that's the tough part about golf, is keeping that fire all the time when the conditions are not necessarily the way you want them. Hailey will tap in that 6, moving into number 11, 293 feet. It looks straightforward, but what do you think here, Kona?
So we actually had some crazy tailwind that we didn't think we really had. And so I'm throwing my Mako 3, not really thinking about it. And it just felt like it was getting pushed quick.
And...
So thankfully that
oh
pushed
my gosh. And got to be very grateful for that bush there, putting you 15 feet from the basket.
So Catrina's sitting here and she's waiting for it to get, left and to stop. And she turns around and she's like, whoa, like totally pushed. So that tailwind just kept pushing her disc.
Yeah. It looked like she threw something pretty stable out of the hand. That's a good looking shot from Valerie. That is a park job. I think this is buzzed out of Hailey's hand.
In the worst position.
She's going to have a trick putt from there. Oh, wow.
Was such a sick putt.
And with that wind, too, shoving the disc downwards, you see how high she had to throw that to even get it in the basket.
She has to get so much pop on her straddle.
Hailey is just going to lay up for her par.
Oh, so angry. I'm struggling with my straddle putts. It's not very confident right now. So we're getting into those. We're practicing them more. And I definitely didn't feel confident with that right to left and being on a knee.
It's interesting switching your putting stroke as drastically as you have. You probably haven't gotten as many reps in on the other styles of putt you used to go with back in the day.
Not at all.
That's just part of the journey.
Hi, my name is Hailey King. Thank you for watching this coverage, and thank you to my sponsors Discraft Disc Golf and Mitten Bags.
Hole number 12 is a 375-foot par 3 out in the open, up into the woods, into this beautiful sloped green.
So it says it's 375, but for some reason it feels so much longer to get to the pin.
Yeah, Catrina is trying to go with a controlled roller to sneak up that hill, and that does not look to be in a good spot.
No, you don't want to. You either want to end short and give yourself a look at the opening, or just hit the gap.
Yeah.
So that's not a great placement.
Definitely requiring the players to assess their risk here, and it looks like you have skied this one.
I totally skied it out of my hand. I wanted to release it flat and just swooped.
And this is a great play from Hailey. And even though she's off to the left, she'll have an up and down for a 3. Another hole that requires a perfect shot to get a chance for birdie here.
Wow.
Almost jumped that one into the basket. And let's take a look here what Catrina has.
It took her a while to get the right spot. She was just looking at every shot she possibly could, and this is what she ended up with.
And she's going with a forehand grip. Oh no. Just to show you how pinched she truly is. Oh boy.
Yeah, but she found a gap.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not easy, and she's going to be putting for par.
I even had a gap like this, 2 feet wide. So yeah, it's you don't want to be near those trees.
Hailey's going to try to find any reason to run this,
Always.
but just puts it a little bit short. That's a great par save from Catrina.
That one felt good because those uphill putts, you know, on hole 5, I missed that uphill putt, so it felt good to get another one.
Hailey cutting in line, taking her par. Oh, and that almost jumped out. She jammed that one in center chains. But she will also take her 3, moving into number 13. We're getting into kind of a controversial hole from what I've heard, a 399-foot par 5. What are your thoughts on this one?
Geez, this hole's very interesting. We have a huge slope down right, and then you're trying to get through all these trees to get to this basket, and you'll see we struggled a little bit with this hole.
And that's really high out of Catrina's hand.
I would like to mention we sat here for 15 to like 20 minutes on the cards ahead of us.
And Valerie snuck through everything. And that's an amazing position for her.
Yep.
Looks like you went Mako out of the hand.
Yeah, I went mid because I didn't want to, you know, have a high-speed driver kick and go crazy.
That's a solid play. Hailey is not in a good spot. Hopefully she has something here with this forehand. Looked like she tried to flick a buzz. Luckily is still in the middle.
It's just crazy because, like, when you're back there like that, there's not, like, a real gap to hit.
Oh, no, Hailey.
I know.
It's
hurt to watch. Because down there, like, you can't see the pin, you can't see your line, so she's walking up trying to see where to even throw while I'm hitting trees 100 feet in front of me.
This is a gauntlet of a par 5. Almost feels like a slot machine.
For real.
Catrina expressing some frustration about the hole as well. And Valerie is finally going to get to throw after getting through quite a bit. Oh my gosh, and here's the putt for 3.
Making it look easy.
Hailey just pitching up to the middle. Catrina.
Just kept hitting all the trees. It's just she couldn't make those gaps. The gaps were so small. Like the one I'm going for right now, so small.
Clip something else. Oh my gosh, look at this green.
At that point, I told Hailey, we'll get there someday.
And Hailey saws off another shot. Looks like it might be inside circle 1. This just feels like a deflating hole.
It felt like we were on the hole forever.
And that was a sick putt from Hailey. Just simple. And this is the putt that we all know her for, is that simple, flat push putt from outside circle 1. And she's thrilled to be off the hole. That is a bogey 6.
Yeah, tough bid, especially with that putt. I know she probably wanted to put it out more right, but that tree just wouldn't let her.
And I'm sure she's totally fine with a drop in birdie 4 here. The hole did average a 5.15, even at 399 feet. And you are just...
Dude, I had to pitch. I had nothing. I'm like looking, nothing.
Oh, and Catrina misses low. What a rough stretch for this card. I'm sure Valerie is super grateful to have gotten the tree love that she got on her first shot. That is a triple bogey 8 from Catrina Allen, and she's going to move to +2 for the round.
So, fun fact about Val real quick while she's putting out. She actually beat me by 35 strokes at the 2016 AM Worlds.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so Val and I have been playing for a very long time.
Hello Leopard 3 is stable. It's wanna go straight all day long. That's why I love it. It feels good in my hand. It's just very comfortable to grip. Just throw, it's gonna fly straight for you. And I love their plastic. It is beautiful. Look at this color. When you have a pretty dish like this, you just want a birdie, right?
And we are moving back out into the open. Hole number 14, 354-foot par 3. Kind of a mini version of 17, I would say.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, except it's not on a big old slope.
Yeah, just a little bit downhill. And that's a big shot.
It came out of her hand so clean. I was like, at first I wanted to throw the forehand, and I don't usually change my game plan. I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe I want to do that.
And you
Not quite.
try to go, it looks like leopard out of your hand, and that's a little high.
I was going for Sam.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. A little bit deep. And a crushed sidearm from Hailey.
Look at this.
And that's actually a fortunate tree kick. That puts her to about 40, 45 feet long.
I mean, you don't see a lot of women throw forehands that far and with that much power.
No, I think she's going to definitely set a new standard for the game.
Catrina with a beautiful mid-range turnover. It was so pretty to see.
Nice and soft landing. Drop in 3. Oh!
Just out the cage.
Jumped out the back right side. Perfect jump putt for birdie from Valerie.
Cashed. She was making
Great
them all
shot.
day. Just crazy. Like, brand new putters, no big deal.
And it's so interesting. Some players like love that fresh mental reset, new putters, new plastic blend. Kind of lets you forget about all the bad putts you've missed with your previous putters. And Catrina, honestly, that backhand turnover is her bread and butter and has made her a lot of money in the past.
Yep.
Not surprised to see her park that hole. Great birdie. And kind of a bland stretch of birdies for you so far, but honestly, with how crazy this round has been so far, you'd probably be pretty grateful for that stretch.
Yeah, I'm all about par golf. You know, I'm all about staying safe. Anything blue or regular, I'm good.
And we're going to move into 15, 620-foot par 4. This one has kind of a tough pin position here.
Yeah, so you're really just trying to bomb one into center fairway. There's no OB left or right, which I'm actually surprised they didn't do that. But just trying to bomb a drive out here. Valerie actually turned hers over a little weird, so it didn't get a full flight. But she'll have, an open look towards the opening.
Yeah, it's kind of picking where you want your second shot to be, and where you feel the most comfortable accessing the green is where you want your drive to go.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going distance roller, and I love this play. All this thin grass. She's in good position. Might be a little tucked tight left, but we will see.
I'm going I blend Emperor because we had just a slight
Wow.
headwind and beautiful flight.
Crunched it. Nice shot.
Thank you.
And Hailey just trying to get anything going.
Yeah, and she just kind of skied that one. I was kind of surprised, but, she still has distance, even when throwing like that.
Oh, yeah. Valerie puts hers to the mouth. Should be a pitch up for a 4. Hailey going onyx, it looks like. And that looks good. Just on the edge of circle 1. Not too bad.
Catrina looking to attack. I thought she got there, and it looked like it was going to skip up, and it kind of just like had this reverse roll.
That's the tough part about the slope of this, this green. You have to access it with hyzer, but if you hit these hills with hyzer, that's a lot of times what's going to happen. So this play looks a lot better if it was just 5 to 10 feet farther. Little flatter angle coming into the green.
So Val has her P2 right here.
And it sat after a almost disastrous kick. And here is Catrina lining up the birdie. This is about a 35-foot uphill putt with a sloped green. And that, oh my gosh.
It was heartbreaking.
Wow. Now she's 100 feet away and just has nothing left to do.
I thought about it and I was like, oh, why didn't she re-putt? But it's like one of those things, like if she would have re-putted and taken that stroke and missed again, it would have been even worse.
And what if you roll again? It's all momentum.
Yep.
Take your medicine and get up and down. After Hailey misses her birdie putt, Valerie is going to tap in her par. And that's going to be a bogey from just a couple of great shots from Catrina. And that's what happens on these risk-reward greens that they put these baskets on. It really, really rewards the risk of taking those long putts.
Easy par. Yeah, Hailey was trying to slide down the hill on the leaves. And I'm like, let's not break our ankle.
I am not surprised by that. Hole number 16, par 3, 235 feet. Beautiful little wooded shot, looking like a backhand turnover is a solid line.
Yeah, you actually have this tree right off the tee, and they put this turf on it to, protect the tree, but it actually acts as like this eyesore, and you're just like staring at it, so I have to like mentally tell myself, you're not going to hit it, you're not going to hit it.
And you went, looks like Mako.
Yeah, my
that
Tour
is
Series Mako.
Parked. Tour Series Mako. Buzz out of Hailey's hand.
Not a bad redirect.
Yeah. So yeah, I said backhand turnover, but yeah, like you said, this tree definitely makes it hard to swing one like that direction. And Catrina is in jail. Oh, man.
Yeah, there's not a lot over there, especially with all those trees. Hit the power line pole. Ugh.
And I believe Kat threw that with her bag on. She is frustrated at this point after a 100-foot roll away on the previous hole. And she's still not that far over par.
Nope.
Birdie putt from Valerie. She has gotten 3 out of the last 4 holes.
Straddle, step putt, regular putt. She's making them all.
She is showcasing her talents on the road, that is for sure. Hopefully a name to be on the leaderboards for years to come as you tap in your birdie as well.
Her and her sister, Alexis Mandujano, they put in a lot of work.
There is definitely a younger generation of FPO players that are coming up, and they're learning the game at a very rapid pace. And one of the signature holes out here, the iconic 17, tight gap off the tee, shooting downhill to this beautiful, protected, hilly green. Kona, what are your thoughts here?
So, gosh, off this tee, it's a little daunting because you have to get past all these trees. That's the one mistake you don't want to make. You really just want to get out here and not be too far left, because there is OB left all along the left side if you do drift that way if you're throwing a backhand. So I actually opt for the forehand play. I'm not getting to the getting to the basket, so I'm just trying to get straight out there in the open for a hyzer to the basket.
And such a smart play. And definitely covered quite a bit of distance as well in the process. Super early release from Hailey.
Yeah, she just couldn't get it going today. It was weird. You know, I love playing with Hailey and love seeing her throw shots, so it was just a little odd. Boom.
And Catrina hits the gap with power.
Almost hits the cameraman.
And that is a beautiful drive. Still going to be a very challenging shot to that green. Very protected.
Yeah, Hailey sat there for a second, just really looking, and she didn't have much.
A very good looking line from Valerie. And that gives her... She's got to make a choice from there. That's for sure.
Hailey using her Bushnell at a girl. Bushnell rangefinder has been super helpful for me, just ranging those distances so I know exactly what I need to throw.
Hailey looks like she has an onyx in her hand.
I don't think she could actually see the basket. After the shot, she actually walked over to me and she's like, "Where did it go?" So I actually don't think she could see where it went and where she was going.
And you went low. You're trying to almost slide this one up there.
Yeah, so I had the choice. I actually lined up the high hyzer, and then I thought to myself during practice, it actually went over the hill and then out left. I'm like, oh, if I throw it hard at that hill, it'll just skip up.
And it's a great play with that hard-packed dirt. You're able to hit the ground flat. You won't hit on that hyzer that rolls away. And you are putting for a birdie. Hailey is going to, unfortunately, have to take another bogey from there.
Just a little right.
Little right, and pushed her to kind of that tester distance that we've historically seen her struggle at. And here is Val from about 20.
All day.
Snags the par after hitting the first tree, which is pretty impressive.
So I'm stepping up to this putt. I missed that uphill one on 5, and I'm just like trying to not think about it. I'm doing my little exercises in my head. I'm like, dude, come on, cash it, you know, giving myself some hype. And I relived the moment.
Just off the top, you are going to move to even par. And Kat will also tap in her par.
At this point, it's getting dark, so we waited on a lot of holes. We're pretty tired, so we're ready for dinner. We're ready to finish this round.
Very late tee times at this tournament, that is for sure. Daylight savings, or actually we sprung forward an hour, so we do have more daylight at the end of the day. But yeah, some of these rounds last quite a while, and we move into number 18. Finishing hole around these beautiful trees. And
Look how dark it is.
you are not kidding. Ooh, and little kick left for Val. And you're trying to go underneath these trees.
Yes, I was, and just got caught up.
And Kat going big roller out of the hand again. And if that stands up, it's going to be fantastic.
So sick.
And that's going to be not birdie range, but pretty easy up and down for a 3. And there's a smooth sidearm out of Hailey's hand. Again, another hole that they call it a par 3, but how many players in the division are really going to be getting a 2 on it? Averages a 3.74 for the day. So the 3 is actually feeling more like a birdie here.
So I had 2 choices here. I could go right side in between those 2 trees, really tight gap for a backhand, and try and skip it to the basket, but I'd be throwing at that hill. Or I could go low ceiling under this tree. Forehand.
And let's take a look at what you do here. Forehand under the tree.
Oh, they didn't get it. It was so funny. I threw it, and I just had this extra momentum, and I just did like a full 360 trying to find it again. It was funny.
And yet again, Hailey's zone is sawed off, but still close enough to drop in that 3.
Easy pitch up from Kat. Be a nice birdie for her. Or no, par.
Be a nice par.
It feels like a birdie.
Feels like a birdie
Jeez,
compared to
but,
the rest of the field. Oh, almost snags another one.
She wanted it too.
That is going to be a bogey for Val.
So focused.
So focused with the alpaca putter in the hand. Just right. That's going to be a bogey as well for you. You are going to move to even par. And forgive me, I thought you had bogeyed the hole prior, but it was a par that you did take.
It was a par. It felt like a bogey because I wanted that putt.
Yeah, that's right.
Got our CEO in the back, Mr. Jeff Spring.
And Kat takes her par, and that was a tough round for her, +3. A lot of weird, tough breaks that added, 2 or 3 strokes to her score. And Hailey taps in her par, and that was a not very comfortable round for her. You could tell that a lot of things were off. But
Just
again, she has that fire now. She shot rough, and she has room to come back. And even, how did you feel shooting an even out there?
I felt like there was more work to do. With the conditions of the crazy wind, I was happy with it, but definitely a lot more work tomorrow.
Lots more to clean up for our whole card. And there you have it, Valerie Mandujano with the 2 down after a fantastic stretch to start the back 9. As you can see, even par was second place, so you will make the lead card with Lisa Fakis, Heather Young, and Valerie. There you have it, folks. That is round 1 of our tournament. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube, and we will catch you for round 2. Again, I'm Brian Earhart and Kona Panis. We will see you later.
really solid first round, especially coming after an amazing performance at Waco. What were you able just to kind of buckle down and just get another solid round in?
Geez, today was interesting. We had a lot more backups, so it felt like we were kind of sitting around on a lot of holes. So just trying to get back into my zone and get focused, but it's the putt that's really giving me the confidence to go after these shots. And I woke up today, told myself no expectations, just go out, have fun, and I ended up having some fun on my card with, Valerie and Hailey, and, had a blast with them, some young guns, so keep an eye out for them, obviously. But yeah, no, I had a blast with my card.
Only 2 bogeys today, but you followed one up with a par and then the other one up with a birdie.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that's allowing you to kind of just bounce back and maybe just have that short memory?
Definitely. The short-term memory is my biggest thing, forgetting all the bad stuff and just, looking towards the next hole and focusing on that next shot.
Mm-hmm. Going into tomorrow, you are 2 back from the leader. What's the game plan?
Game plan's the same. I've made a few mistakes today. I went out of bounds on one of those holes. I was trying to go for it in the wind, and I know better. So as soon as I threw it, I'm like, you know better. So playing a lot more smart tomorrow, and trying to stay in the fairways. I don't want any of those OBs.
Coming off of your win at Waco, any difference in expectations now that you're on the lead card here in the second round?
Not really. Taking it day by day, anyone can play a good round, so just, living up to my standards and playing my game.
Good.
Chris?
Can you show us your nails? Those are pretty sweet.
Walmart nails!
I noticed
yes! From really far away, yes.
All right, thanks, Kona.
I love it. I love that. That was my favorite part.
Valerie Mandujano, leader after round 1 at the Open at Belton, 2 down. What was working for you today?
I feel like a little bit of everything. I don't really feel like one thing was stronger than the other. I felt like my game was pretty rounded going into this round.
Lots of birdies today. Is that just something that you just got to clean up the bogeys for tomorrow, and are you feeling pretty good?
Yeah, definitely. I think if I clean up the bogeys, I'll be pretty happy with my round. I feel like it'd be an accomplished round for me.
Great. The practice round was very windy this week. Conditions were a little bit different today. How did you find the difference, and was there an adjustment that you had to make for today?
For sure. I felt like I played 2 different rounds. I felt like practice round was pretty windy. I was just throwing everything over stable. And this round, I had to learn how to dial down and new landing zones. I had to figure out where to land and, which wind was where, because I feel like everything just changed.
So the leader after 1 round, are you feeling pressure going into the second?
No, I feel like I feel the same every round.
Okay.
You are a Texas disc golfer. Do you feel more comfortable here, and any different expectations being around home turf?
I feel like I have to be a little stronger in my game, to be honest. I feel like everybody in Texas is my family, so I always want to make them happy. So yeah, I feel a little added pressure there.